Hello, hello. Hey there. I wasn't planning on going live here, but hey, how was everybody? Let me just make sure my camera's clean. Okay, so I had the impulse to just share some language with the world. And, if it has value, then great. And if it doesn't, then yeah, see you later. But, so here we go. I gotta tune in. I get you up again. I get a bus get up at a get out but she get up again. See I get a better. Who Jane get up again and see? Money get out to see I get up at Jeda get up at a get up at Yaka jump. What is it? Do it up again. Be see her and she get up at a get a hit up at a Oh, she get up at a get but I get a cigarette but I get him dear, but I get a sit I get him there, sit up again, get up, she get a. I need to see a particle, cheer up again, set up again, dear up again. Yet I get him, but I get him. She get up again, cheer him. Take it up and stick it up again, take it up and tear up to get him. Tear up a cigarette, tear him, chair, take it up again. Then I said I get up at him. Who did up again? Yam, yam, dear I get on yum. Pooch got to get him. There I get up, she got to get up at her. Make it shit up again, dear, she get up again. DDD, shall I get up at him? That is yet up again. Yara, yara, get up at yaram. She up again, yaram. But I am, but get up at Yara get up. Next, she get up at him. She get a Did I receive like him? Did I get a generator? Oh, China get up at him. I mean, I could go on and on forever. So sometimes the information or the sounds that come through correlate with some thoughts, and sometimes I share them if it's beneficial, and sometimes it might not be. Might be more beneficial to just feel the sound and allow it to do whatever it does for you. Through my research, my personal research, and my own client studies, using human design and sound in the form of light language, I believe that this is a language that predates or or is the primitive form of language. It is doesn't come from our cognitive brain. It is more instinctual. It is more rudimentary. It's more foundational. It doesn't have any applied meaning or history to it. It is closer to the origin of reality and bypasses our relationship with ourselves as human beings. Everybody has their own spin on it. Like everyone has a capacity to speak in this way and communicate. I think the planet is becoming more tuned to this way of communicating, and other extrasensory ways of exchanging information outside of language, outside of reading, non-formal, non-material ways. As we attune more and more to consciousness, expansion of consciousness, our relationship to awareness, as we become more sensitized to our awareness, where our awareness is focused on, we create separation from our thoughts and feelings. We start to develop a way of being that is not at the effect of our emotions and the outside stimulus that we experience. We start to learn how to become non-reactive and still be in the experience fully. But to be in the world but not of the world. We are fully immersed in our experience of life and living, but we don't need to believe that it is outside of us. If we are in harmonization of it with it, becoming, where does this information come from? That's a good question. I don't know if I have the answer, but what I do know is that is not something that I have necessarily learned in this lifetime. It just happened to me, for me, in 2013. And I knew it was not something to ignore, although I did ignore it. And it feels natural because it may not seem like I'm saying anything, but I say this to myself, but something definitely shifts inside when I get out of the way. When I get out of the way of the information, then I just allow my body to be used by sound and light information. And I believe that it is a way for us to advance humanity. Every proton, in the quantum field, has a holographic how do I explain that? Every proton has the mass of the universe inside of it. So if we want to help humanity, my contribution is to be more myself and allow other people to experience myself without restriction in my expanded state. That is beyond my personality self. The Heather that is a mother, the Heather that is a nurse, the Heather that is a cook, the pet sitter, the whatever she is doing all the time things. And help normalize myself as whatever this is, being fully expressed beyond what may be seem to be normal or society's approval of how people should act and behave and communicate. So, if I open the eyes of one person, maybe they've had similar experiences, or not. And maybe that me just bringing light to this form of communicating, which is actually becoming more and more common. Actually, there was just a light language summit that happened. I don't know if it could be the first summit ever, but there are people who teach other people how to speak this way, communicate this way. I have not taught anyone how to communicate this way, but yet. Maybe I will. I don't know. But my original intention for studying this form of communication was to explore the idea, and my thesis was that it could be used as a healing modality intentionally to help harmonize people's field. So if our biofield holds information, our Akashic record in plasma, let's say, or the net of light, however you want to identify it, our blueprint for our soul holds patterns of information that can cause resistance or lessons or trauma, disturbance, illusions, confusion, doubt, suffering, but a lack of flow. That the information can help illuminate, bounce up against your at your fields as you hear the information, as we are co-creating an experience regardless of time and space. That this recording is bringing to the forefront in your whenever you're listening to this. And your field interprets this information in whatever way. It may cause disturbance in your field. So the theory of health and wellness comes from a perspective of the non-physical being ground of existence, of consciousness, let's just say, versus Newtonian physics, where the material mass is basically the ground of existence, and that's where our current medical system is operating out of, that the non-physical doesn't have an impact on well-being, which we know is not true in reality. But having the ground of being arise from the non-material realm is upside down for the traditional, let's say, current medical system that we're operating in. So it's going to take people that are thinking outside of the box or experiencing life outside of the box to realize that there are alternative ways of healing ourselves that we actually don't have access to. And I believe it's on purpose to keep us from the technology that we have inside of ourselves. To bring ourselves back into a state of wholeness and harmony. So that is what this transmission was for, is to introduce to the audience, whoever that may be, this is totally possible, and it's happening. It's happening in with many people, and I believe it's going to happen more and more. So, welcome to the world of light language, and I'm happy to bring to you more transmissions as they come, inspired by inspiration. Yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for trying it on, seeing how it feels. I would love to hear any comments you might have. How it made you feel, what it brought up for you. And I noticed that when I was doing healing touch and acting as a nurse sometimes in certain settings, it would frequently come out in different ways. Sometimes it would be hand mudras and manipulating the field with my hands. Definitely certain ways that I would not have been able to just create, but then sometimes the words, depending on the person and depending on their level of openness and what I guess is best for them. I don't know. So thank you so much for your attention, and I hope it was enlightening in some way, and I hope you enjoyed it, and come back for more. Bye for now.